Hello and welcome to Spotlight One. I'm Karen York. I'm excited to have on the show today not one guest, but two special guests. First, our Superintendent Dr. Craig Witherspoon and our Dropout Prevention Coordinator, Mr. Kerry Abel. Gentlemen, welcome to the show.
Thank you very much.
Dr. Witherspoon, welcome back. And Kerry, I think this may be your first time?
In a long time.
Okay. Well, we are here to talk about an exciting new initiative, R1 Champs. Mm-hmm. Of course, everything we do is for the benefit of our students, and this is yet another example of what Richland One is doing for students. Mm-hmm. So, Dr. Witherspoon, let's start off by what is R1 Champs?
Well, glad to be here and certainly kick off yet another Spotlight One. Mm-hmm. When we talk about R1 Champs, and that stands for Caring Hearts, Making Positive Shifts.
Got it.
And what we mean by that is engaging others in our community to be a part of that positive climate and culture in our schools, engaging the village, if you will.
Right.
And we've heard of other programs like this across the country, whether it's Dads on Duty or Watchdogs, and the dogs stand for Dads of Great Students. But we wanted a different name for our program, R1 Champs, for several reasons. One, tailoring it to what we do here. And as we start, and Mr. Abel will talk about this, we're going to engage males to come be a part, because a lot of our volunteers we have grandmothers, grandparents program, mostly grandmothers, and we have other volunteers that come in and they're female, and we appreciate that.
Right.
But we want to start with males and then add to that. So we wanted a name that certainly represented what we want to have happen, but to be inclusive, if you will. So, and if we go back to those Dads on Duty and Watchdogs, where we have, again, an adult in there, they all have their shirts and all, and just to be yet another positive presence. Sure. At the beginning of school, as students are coming in or getting ready for that homeroom or first period of the day, maybe around lunchtime, dismissal and so forth. Again, just another caring adult. Sure. To be a presence in the school, to promote, again, that positivity, and going up to our young people, hey, let's have a great day today. Looking sharp in that in your outfit today. Those types of things, and uplifting. So as we talk about what we do in our schools, we certainly talk about achievement, outcomes, all of those things. But there are things we have to do to get us there. You know, and again, as you've indicated, making sure our students are in a good place. We've got things that are going on in our schools, and positive climate and programming. Mr. Abel, in addition to this, and maybe this is our next show to talk about what we're doing with mentoring across the district, those types of things. Again, to engage, to make sure that our young people know, in this case with R1 Champs, there are adults in our communities that do care and want to be a part of what makes Richland One strong.
Yes, definitely. So, Kerry, talk about, Dr. Witherspoon mentioned that we're primarily right now focusing on recruiting adult male volunteers, but what other criteria do they need to meet, or what process do they need to go through to become part of R1 Champs?
Well, as in all our programs, they have to complete the Richland One volunteer application, and they have to go through a SLED background check and DSS background check to make sure everybody's okay. Once that is cleared, then we will have a training for them to go over how we want to handle the program. So there is information on our website, and they can fill out a form to tell them that they're interested, and we're going to have some sessions for them to get more information about the training as well as what the program will entail.
And I'm going to have you list those information sessions in a second.
Okay.
But we talked a little bit about what they would do.
Right.
Talk a little bit more about that, but also talk about what they will not do.
Okay. So one of the things, they will volunteers to assist staff at the schools to make sure that the young people have a great day. Some of the things they will not do, they're not counselors, they're not teachers, they're not disciplinarians. So anything that come up as a crisis or a problem, they have to direct that information directly to the school administration and staff to handle. They're there to be a positive role model, help the students get to class on time, make sure they're not hanging out in the bathrooms, making sure they get to the car loop at the end of the day so they can catch their ride home or catch the bus home, or get to their after school activities on time. Make sure if they identify some strangers coming on campus, they can notify campus security and administration that you have some visitors that you are unwanted. They're just simply there to be a good set of eyes and to provide positive feedback and a positive role model, because we do know some of our kids, male and female, don't have fathers at home. So to see men on campus providing assistance and showing them how to be successful young people on the way to being successful adults.
So they would be under the supervision or direction of someone, the principal or someone else at the school?
Each school has identified a liaison in the administration that will be the person that they will talk to every day. So when they report to the school, they will report to that liaison and the principal to get directions of the day, because as day to day in schools, things change, so they need to, once they arrive on that particular day, they'll find out what's going on that particular day, because it could be a half day, it could be a change of class because of testing and whatnot. So then they will get their instructions at the beginning of the day and follow whatever the administration has asked them to do.
Okay. Now, we know probably a lot of the people that we're targeting, with the adult males, have jobs.
Correct.
So is there flexibility in terms of what days they participate, volunteer, what times?
Yes, so what we're doing, we're asking them to fill out what days they're available, Monday through Friday, and we're asking them to check either morning or afternoon, and then after we get them in and they're cleared to volunteer, then they can determine the time they come. For example, if you want to say I can come from 8 to 12 on Wednesdays, so your day will be Wednesdays to come on 8 to 12. Some may have to come in the afternoon because they work during the morning and they want to come from 12 to 3 to help with the after school and the closing of school. So we are very flexible about the time they serve and the amount of time they serve. If they can only serve an hour a day, we will take that, because anytime we can have positive role models in the building, we will accept that.
Definitely. So, Dr. Witherspoon, of course, before we roll something like this out, we always share the information with principals and get their input and feedback. What's been the reaction that we've gotten from the schools?
It's been very positive. When we first started talking about this, and actually we had conversation prior to COVID, and then COVID came, and but now we're moving forward. So we wanted to start out. Our schools do a lot, and we did want to do unto again. So we started out by saying, okay, let's get a few schools out of each cluster and get some volunteers to see who might be interested in how we start small and grow.
Right.
And grow from there. But we put the word out, and the vast majority of schools said yes, we were interested, and so that was a great thing.
Yes.
Working through the process, I appreciate Mr. Abel, our EDs of schools, working part of putting this program together. We did have representatives from our schools to be a part of this and help shape and mold the program. But that response has been very positive, and we're looking forward to getting started and just continuing to move this piece forward. So very positive feedback and excitement out of our schools.
What do you envision the impact? Let's say we've got our volunteers in place, we've provided orientation and training, we've had the program going. What do you envision the impact of R1 Champs being?
Well, the impact, again, first and foremost, adding to those caring adults. Sometimes we see the same teachers every day, and we appreciate them. We see the same, and we appreciate them, and so forth. But as Ms. Abel stated, some of our students, might not have those role models and that visual, if you will, on a day-to-day basis outside of school. But knowing that, hey, there's some others outside that care about what's going on and want them to, and cheering for them and wanting them to do well, that has a positive impact on our young people, and that's noticed.
Right.
had an opportunity to share some of what we were planning with my high school student advisory group.
Okay.
We had positive feedback from them as well. So that knowledge and that understanding that, hey, there's a bigger village that's cheering for you, that's supporting you. And that from there translating into, again, even more positive climate and culture in our schools, and also in some of those high fives. And as these adults are, taking time out of their schedule and always an opportunity to find out about opportunities and things that our young people can experience and do when they leave us is a positive as well. Right. So we see this an opportunity not only to improve climate culture, but to expand some horizons, get those individuals in our schools working, and that again builds support for the school district, builds support for what our schools are trying to do. And community-wide. So we see this as a very positive experience for our young people in the district as well.
And I know it's too early to talk about this, but I'm sure we could see some impact on attendance.
Absolutely.
Yes. Discipline, of course,
yes.
Achievement and grades, of course, down the line. So
absolutely.
Lots of potential benefits
yes.
there. So, Kerry, of course, we're putting the word out now
right.
about R1 Champs through different platforms. So the first step is for folks to indicate their interest by completing a form, which we have the information and the link on our website.
Correct.
But there are also going to be some information sessions. Tell us
yes.
about those.
So we're having 3 information sessions. The first one is on Monday, December the 12th at St. Andrews Middle School, which is at 1231 Bluefield Drive from 6 to 7.
Okay.
The second one is on December the 14th at Lower Richland High School, which is at 2615 Lower Richland Boulevard from 6 to 7. And the final information session is on December the 15th at W.G. Sanders Middle School, which is at 3455 Pine Belt Road from 6 to 7. Okay. So at those information sessions, we're going to give them detailed information about the program, and then they'll get a chance. If they don't have the capabilities to register on the Raptor for the volunteer application, we will have laptops available for folks to do their application at that time.
Okay.
But if they go to our website, they can complete the form and pick the day they want to come to one of those information sessions, so we'll know how many people are coming, so we can prepare adequately for those who are coming.
Good. So timeline-wise, obviously we're having those information sessions next week, and of course we're running up to the winter break, and we'll prepare for that shortly. So what is the timeline or goal for actually launching it and getting them in place and underway?
So after we come back from winter break, we will have some training sessions.
Okay.
And I'm not going to give those dates because I don't want them to get confused about the information dates.
Right, exactly.
But we will have some training sessions in the beginning of January, and our target date to start at the schools with those volunteers is on January the 18th.
Okay. So we are rocking and rolling because January 18th will be here before we know it.
Absolutely.
So, again, Dr. Witherspoon, before we close, just make an appeal to men out there who may have thought at some point about doing something to help Richland One schools, Richland One students and staff. Why should they sign up to participate in R1 Champs?
Absolutely. And as you said, to men in our community, we need you at this point to come and help and be a part of the progress, success that we're having in Richland One, to positively influence young folks with your presence and opening eyes and some opportunities for their future success. So come be a part. If you ever, again, thought about, hey, I want to give back, or I remember my school days back when, and hey, this might have been something good if it existed at that time, an opportunity to give a small piece of your time. We know everyone's busy and have things going on, but if, as Mr. Abel said, if you can spare that hour, 1-2 times a week or something like that, we could use that. So. Please think about it, consider, sign up for and attend one of the information sessions and be a part of R1 Champs.
Hey, wonderful.
And if they need any additional information, they can contact my office at 803-231-7182.
Okay, gotcha. All right, well, gentlemen, this is exciting.
Yes.
So we can't wait to see the volunteers in place and in their R1 Champ shirt and out there making a difference. So I think this is going to be great.
Yes.
And we would like to have you come back and talk about what we're doing with mentoring and some of the ways that we're expanding that. So we'll look forward to that.
Okay.
Yes.
Thank you both for being on the show.
Thank you.
Thank you.
you. Yeah. And thank you for joining us for Spotlight One.